Good morning. It's Tuesday, and it's the day that we go into the city to feed the homeless, the pensioners, the refugees. And Mark takes care of the soup. He was cooking up the stock yesterday, and we use a lot of meat from butchered pigs and broiler chickens or rabbits. This time it's some of our pork from Miss Piggy that we butchered back in November of last year. But my responsibilities kind of include the tea, and so I've got a pot of water going and a bunch of tea bags, about 20 tea bags that we have set up. Once the water boils, I'll throw the tea bags in. These are the two canisters. They're just a little bit shorter than the others, and they have kind of a different lid frame here. So those three are for soup, and these two with the same lids are for the tea. So I'll be taking these. Air raid alert going off already. There was one already this morning that was cleared, and now there's another air raid alert. I don't know if you picked it up on the video, but kind of does a siren. Because we're out in the village, we don't hear it in the city. We don't really do anything different. It's just information for us, you know, like when we're going into the city, what do we need to do, those kind of things. Anyway, back to the tea. So I'll take these canisters to our back veranda where we have a water source that comes directly from the pump, and it's much faster. And I will fill 2 bucketfuls in each one of these, and then when one of the guys are free, we'll bring it back into the to the big room. Sorry. When the tea is done and it's been steeped for a while, then I pull out the tea bags and I'll pour a little bit here and here, and then I top them off. When the weather is hotter, we tend to have it cold tea. When the weather is cold, we tend to have hot tea. So today it's going to be kind of cloudy. It says there might be sprinkles. We had rain all day yesterday. It started actually Saturday, rained off and on through Sunday, and then pretty much all day yesterday, Monday. So in addition to taking care of the tea, my other responsibilities include going through the 2 boxes. We have one box that is set up for tea, and the other is set up for soup. Let me put you on pause and I'll take you there. So in the front entry veranda, we have 2 boxes. The first box is for the tea. And so I make sure that there's teacups in there, that there's gloves, and then I make sure that we have the tools we need to pour the tea in, because a lot of people bring bottles. And also now, because we've gotten our aprons, and this is our logo here, really cool, I make sure that there's an apron because the person who serves the tea is over kind of at a table by themselves. And then teacups, serving, gloves, apron. So that one is ready to go, and I'll set it out on the front patio so that the guys know it's ready to go. The next box is a little bit bigger, and let me turn this maybe so you can see a little bit better. Okay, in this box I make sure that we have enough of the big cups for serving. There's a small ladle in here that we kind of just keep all the time, but Mark really likes his big ladle, so I make sure that this one goes in. Again, I'm making sure that there's the aprons. There's also a sleeve that Mark uses when he has to reach way down into the canister when he's heating the soup. Gloves, salt and pepper. And the other thing that goes in this one is we have 2 little buckets like this that we wrap spoons and napkins in that we give to people. So we make sure one is already done, and then we just need to get this one done. Sometimes we can go through 1.5 of these. Last time we only went through half of these, even though we still gave out the 120 liters of soup. What I'll do is while the tea is finishing, I'll wrap the spoons and the napkins and make sure that this is in the box, and the box is out on the front patio, and the guys know that it's ready to go in the car. There's also 2 stools that we set the canisters on when we serve, so we don't have to bend over. It's not on our plastic table because they're really hot usually. And we've got 2 different plastic tables. One's a small one, you know, about this size, that the tea box goes on and the tea on a stool next to it. And then we have the long one where we'll set up the soup, the stuff for the soup, the bowls or cups, those kind of things. And the next person is the person who's giving out the bread and the spoon and napkin. That's usually Yura. And then I think today we're also going to give out marinated or pickled tomatoes and pickles. Those are usually a pretty big hit. So I think we're going to do that as well today. Because of the war, we've had a lot less men, and the 1,000 or so jars that I conserve are just sitting down there, and we don't want them to get too old. And we might as well give a treat to the people that we feed. So that's kind of what my Tuesday morning is like. Sometimes on Monday I help Mark watch the pot as it's cooking and building up the stock, you know, getting things out of the freezer, those kind of things. But he's mainly responsible for the soup, and I'm responsible for the boxes and the tea. So just to give you an idea.